Okay, so now I've got a little home away from home. We've got a bed. We don't have a lot of equipment set up. Like, once I start harvesting those potatoes, I will need to turn them into food by baking them in a furnace. Yeah, I don't have a furnace yet, so that's. In fact, I don't even think I'm carrying any cobblestones, so I'm going to have to um, dig into the earth. Maybe I'll find another mine shaft. It should be really funny, but I know that won't happen, statistically speaking. So we'll just quietly slash and burn this thing. There we go. Another reason for doing something about all the trees is they provide too much cover for skeletons and zombies, which can survive in the day if they're in the forest, basically. So we don't want to give them that. And it's about time to actually use my bed. Okay, nap time. I'm a little worried that I haven't heard any noises from the cows. They probably won't wander too far, but I will eventually have to build a pen for them so they can be raised and slaughtered. Oh, excuse me. I don't know what came over me. But seriously, I just rewatched Doctor Strangelove a few weeks ago, and god damn, that holds up. It's the only time Kubrick ever did a comedy, depending on your views on The Shining. Um, but, geez, that movie holds up so well. It's like, yeah, the world's just about to be totally fucked, and you have these complete creeps just going, oh, well, this is an opportunity for us to beat the Russians. It's like, guys, we're all going to be dead unless we have a mine shaft. Like, it's weird, I kind of grew up in the tail end of the Cold War, so there was still some residual, the Russians are scary, but it was the 80s, so they were kind of collapsing under their own weight. So it's like, um, I mean, I think Chernobyl really kind of spelled out the end for them because they were using this crappy reactor of a type that was never even deployed in the United States, not even experimentally. And they couldn't even keep that going. I mean, it took work to screw it up like they did, and I think that was just emblematic of the Soviet Union at the time. They were just not capable of being the big scary enemy that we wanted them to be. So it's like by the time I'm a kid and we're talking about the evil empire of the Soviet Union, it's like, really? I don't know. Plus, they were getting into glasnost and perestroika at the time, so it's just like, so they're opening up their books and they go, yeah, we did some fucked up stuff, guys. Which, can't imagine that helped with a coup. But that whole Cold War paranoia thing has just been crazy to me. I mean, we didn't have nuclear bomb drills when I was a kid, but my parents had that. With the whole duck and cover thing, and we all make fun of duck and cover because obviously that won't protect you from a nuclear blast. but hiding under your desk is an improvement when the rest of the building collapses. So it's like there was a reason to do that, except you'll probably die of radiation poisoning over the course of the next few weeks. But, at least you didn't die when the building fell on you. It was a grim, stupid time. And seeing a movie that satirized it from the 60s just blows me away sometimes. That somebody was willing to say we are being incredibly stupid. It's, um, like I always appreciate when I come across those moments of counterculture, like seeing the Monsters Are Due on Maple Street for the first time, and realizing, oh yeah, somebody probably wrote this in the 50s. It just, I don't know. I always thought it was pretty wild. They redid it a few years later. 30 years later. I don't know what time is anymore. Um, but the accusation is that the people who still had power on in their house were Al Qaeda or something. And I believe "or something" is verbatim to what was said in the script. I don't even remember if it was Al Qaeda. I think they may have just said Taliban or terrorists. But for a lot of Americans in the 2000s, those were pretty interchangeable. It's funny because you have airlines now, because we had this no-fly list thing, which was really stupid. Um, because you could have a 2-year-old banned from a flight because their name was similar to a terrorist's name. And that's just a major pain in the ass. Um, Plus, you're probably ruining someone's vacation in the process. And basically, you have somebody deprived of property without any due process. And that's just fundamentally un-American. But man, it was neat to see the kind of right-wing clowns who supported that kind of thing, like almost certainly, um, get banned from flights because of their participation in the January 6th coup attempt. It's like, you made that bed and now you gotta sleep in it, dude. But I'm still on my principles on this one. I don't think we should have a no-fly list for anything other than actual people who are a threat. Like, yeah, if we have a name and maybe a date of birth, maybe some other description that tells us who somebody is, maybe that would be viable. But like, don't have this unaccountable list of names. Um, because it just doesn't make sense. You're not stopping terrorists. You're just being a dick at that point. Well, I gotta say, I've got the wood thing covered for a bit. I may just have to dig out a vertical shaft and start mining for other stuff. God, there's so many mob drops here. Oh wait, those are mob drops I put there because I wanted to get rid of them. Anyway. Okay. I'm gonna make a whole bunch of sticks and a whole bunch of ladders. And these will act as a natural snake repellent. Because as we all know, snakes cannot abide ladders. Okay, we won't need the maps for this part. Coal I'm not worried about. I can't believe I left wheat behind when my whole purpose was find cows and breed them. This is just going to be a chronicle of my personal disasters attempting to play Minecraft like somebody who knows what he's doing, and of obviously failing miserably. I need a drink. One moment. Okay. I guess I could throw a torch down. Okay. Now people can see. Not that not that people are watching, but you know. Oh, hello. This is worth retaining. That should suffice. Well, at least with all this cobblestone I'm digging up, I'll be able to make plenty of tools. Was that an Enderman getting ganked? I hope it was. I can't stand those guys. They used to be much more crazy. It used to be an Enderman could pick up anything on the ground and move it. And I don't know who thought that was a good idea, but that would change did not last long. Because it turns out people don't like being trolled by the game. It's like, at least with a creeper, you have to interact with it in some capacity, but an Enderman is just a troll. It would just show up, move your stuff, and there could be disastrous consequences involved. I had a simple contraption to use water to harvest some crops. I think a lot of people make farms like that. And I had it on a switch with a redstone torch as an inverter. And pardon me. And the Enderman picked up one of the lines going to the pistons. So basically, when the pistons were charged, they wouldn't release the water, and then when they were depowered by, say, an Enderman, they would. They would retract and the whole area would be flooded. So one morning I come out and I find one of the lines that's supposed to keep the water from flowing missing, and an ender pearl sitting in my wheat field. I'm like, huh. Well, you don't have to be a forensic scientist to tell what happened here, but that was very silly. To some extent, I like weird chain reactions like that. Like just these surprise things that come from, the game having a lot of small parts that interact in some manner. Um, on the other hand, I hated having to sit down and replant everything because some little troll monster decided to screw with my stuff. Oh, wait, I came all the way up there and I didn't even make new picks. Jesus. Oh! Guess I'll make a new hoe, too. Jeez. Wait, hold on. I have sticks in the box. Let's use those first. There we go. And then sticks and picks. Okay. Oh, you prick. Well, this is going well. Fucking creepers. Oh, somebody burnt up. Let's, okay. So now that I have some wheat, I have to go re-find cows because I lost track of the little bastards. Also, do I have any coal? I would swear I did. There we go. And let's take a stack of wood. Oh, I've got plenty. Okay, we'll put the furnace right next to the bed. Keep it nice and toasty. And then, there's no reason I can't have another crafting table in here. Okay, let's go find some cows because I know they're around here somewhere. Unless they got killed. Hi, wolf. I'll domesticate you later. Don't tell me I lost him. There's one. There's two. Got some Viagra for you. Come on. I'm gonna breed so many of you fuckers. Oops. There. No escape cows. Not till later. Oh. I know I should build a proper pen for them, but right now this creeper hole's gonna have to do. Progress is nothing if not slow. And often hilariously so. Okay, guys, you stay in there. Okay, so that's gonna build up some charcoal, and then I'll be able to do something with all that copper I've mined. There we go. I have no idea why I'm mining all this copper. I should probably open up the wiki and have a look at what copper is actually useful for. I think I can use it to make that thing for cutting up blocks, which is kind of useful. Let's just... Okay. Yeah. Oops. Well, whatever. It's not something big enough that I can fall into, so I'm going to let it be. See, look at that, even more. This stuff is so abundant, and it's got to have some kind of purpose. In fact, I think it even doubles. When you pop an ore block, it looks like I'm getting 2 instead of 1 at a time. They are really pushing copper. I guess they could be throwing copper if they were live. 16. Okay. We'll go a little deeper. That worked out well for the dwarves. Man, so they're doing another Tolkien-inspired thing. Instead of a movie now, it's a TV series called Rings of Power, and I've barely looked at it. Just because I'm like, man, Lord of the Rings was a lot. I don't think people realize, um, God, just how much of that show there was, or that movie there was. You know, you had 3 movies and they were all long as hell. I haven't watched them in probably 20 years. And I only own the first one. I'm in no rush to pick up the others because I know I wouldn't watch them often enough to bother. Um, but I guess I'm just wondering what territory they're going to cover. I mean, the name makes me think it's going to be related to the rest of the rings, possibly their forging. I mean, let's see them do. Let's just see someone do the Silmarillion as a series. God, that would be so obtuse. I mean, if the Dune movies remain successful, eventually they're going to have to cover God Emperor of Dune as a movie or something, and I don't want to be the guy who has to write or direct that. So yeah, this one's about a dude turning into a sandworm. The word we're looking for is definitely not accessible. Because after that first one, the Dune series gets a little weird. And watching Denis Villeneuve lose his mind trying to produce that sounds like even more fun than the movie itself. Maybe I'm just a bad person. Not even maybe, actually, now that I think about it. Alright, how's life in the cow dungeon? Who said you could use ladders? Oh, man. I'm gonna go hide in my thing for a moment. I gotta do something. I'll be right back. Excuse me. So I'm gonna build another furnace here. Let's build another one. Honestly, what's the harm at this point? And I'm going to use these real quick to actually start smelting things. So we're going to put some copper up in this one. Some iron down here. Chicken. Here, chicken. Haha, no escape, chicken. Yeah, not much to really develop in that direction. Let's head back down to the pit. Let's see. I should probably set up a water drop here. Okay. So we are at 0. Let's go ahead and fools, you have no perception. The stakes that we're gambling are frighteningly high. Okay, So we'll slap down a sign. That should do the trick. Okay. Whoa! There'd be gold in them there hills. Let's take that upstairs just so I can test out the water drop here. Oh, I need to refill one of my buckets too. The stakes that we're gambling are frighteningly high. Okay, shove more gold into, or some gold into here. Jesus, that's a lot of copper. I should just set up a thingy. I'm not going to, because I don't really care about the copper that much. But, oh, hey, we've got some wheat. How do you do that? How the hell are cows climbing ladders? Unbelievable, these cows. It's like they don't want to be slaughtered. It's like they're going to die for a worthy cause. Me. Alright. Let's use the daylight to go chop down more trees, because obviously what I do is not enough of an affront to nature. Plus, this will clear me more space, so I can do more silly things with farmland. You know, I would like to find a swamp, just in the hope of gathering up. What are you doing, Mr. Cow? Join your brethren in the cow dungeon. This is where your kind belong. Sneaky damn cows. Anyway. Oh, well, let's pitch an egg in there. I know it won't spawn anything, but oh, am I out of? Nope, there's an X. Okay. Oops. There we go. Okay. You know, now that I have some iron on hand, I could make I could make those scissors or clippers or whatever, and just harvest a bunch of tree leaves for compost purposes. Ow. There we go. Oops. Better hide. He's coming.